Daily squatting. So first off, I do feel like I need to put some disclaimers here, but then I'll get right into the meat. So first off, obviously this is not medical advice, and this is also not prescriptive, and I don't recommend you copy me and do exactly what I'm doing if you have the same problem even. This is something I arrived at through talking to a variety of physical therapists, as well as my personal physical therapist who I see in person. Daily squatting. What's going on here? He's doing squat every day. He needs steroids to do that one, right? Only I'm not doing squat every day, some type of Matt Perryman thing or even a Travis Mash type thing. I'm not maxing out daily actually, but I am squatting every day. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I had an orthopedic surgeon look at my hips and my knees, and he's like, "How are you even walking?" And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "You are so arthritic. Like your bones are just, it's just looks like cauliflower." And I was like, "I don't know, it hurts." And they were like, "Yes, how are you walking?" And I was like, "Because I just do it." Like, as if that's a reason to not walk. Like, oh, it hurts to walk, so I just won't walk. How do you plan to get through life? Like, at some point I have to use the toilet, bro. So in any case, I kind of felt like it was weird that people act that way, but you know, he's looking at my MRIs and they're pointing out to me all this scar tissue and all this stuff like that. And let's be honest with ourselves here, and this is another little disclaimer. I do not want any pity or any kind of bullshit from people. I sustained injuries and a lot of wear and tear on my body doing a job that I absolutely love. I would do that job for the rest of my life if I could, and I did it with men that I love that are like brothers to me. I really enjoyed my work, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. So do I give a shit that I fucked my hip up or fucked my knee up? No, I don't. Don't care that I broke a bunch of vertebrae in my back or blew out discs. Don't care. I loved it. Loved every second of it. I would gladly die doing it because I enjoyed it. That's beside the point. The point is that I now have these things to deal with. So, you know, I'm talking to my physical therapist, and they're like, "Jesus, you're just full of scar tissue." So we did dry needling to try to break up some of the scar tissue. There's just tons of scar tissue. If you were to see the ultrasound of my quad, it's disgusting. I don't have a vastus intermedius. It's gone. So when I broke my femur, it actually tore the muscle belly itself, not the tendon. You can reattach a tendon. The muscle belly itself was ripped in half, and the surgeon told me that it's like trying to sew hamburger together. He said if I tried to put like sutures through it or something, anything to try to reattach it, it would just tear apart because, well, the muscle belly itself was ripped all the way through, not just like a strain, completely fully ruptured muscle belly. You can't pull that shit together. So where does this leave us? And you know, of course, I've got the surgeon telling me, "Don't squat. You know, you should do less." And I'm seeing my physical therapist. My physical therapist is doing all this, you know, dry needling and stuff. We're trying to break up all this tissue, and it's like, your hip doesn't move. It's like, yes, I'm aware. A lot of that is apparently due to all the scar tissue I have in my pelvis, which, where did that come from? Well, I had surgery, and I would love to show you guys these scars because they look really intense. However, it's all through my entire crotch, so I'm pretty sure that Instagram would remove that for, I don't know, like nudity or something. I'm not sharing it for sexual purposes, although if you send me some money on PayPal or Venmo, I'll only Chads or something. In any case, I have all these wonderful scars, and my pelvis is all fucked up, which was interesting. So as my physical therapist is working on me, I realized I have all this pain in my pelvis that I never realized I had before because I didn't have any range of motion before. So because my hips weren't moving, I didn't feel pain. Now that my hips are moving, it really hurts. So what's the solution? Well, the solution is more movement. So I've got all this arthritis and all this shit. My labrums are torn in my hips. My MCLs are fucked up. My meniscus, all this stuff like that. And they're like, "Oh yeah, you need to have surgery." And I'm like, "Yeah, fuck that. Like, what difference does it make? Like, I'm old. I'm almost 39. Like, I'm not playing sports anymore. I'm not doing shit anymore. What do I need all this surgery for? So I can sit around on the couch?" They probably would hook me up with some OxyContin though. In any case, so I got this idea in my head. I need more motion. So that's where this whole system came from. And this is an experiment. I'm not telling you that this works because I don't know if it works. What I can tell you is what the current progress is that I have the least pain I have felt in a very, very long time. Now, I'm squatting every day, and that's true. But what you guys don't see is me doing 250 or 300 air squats. That's different. What you don't see is that I don't squat heavy. So like once every 10 days, I do a heavy squat. The rest of the time, it's a bunch of really light stuff. It's, partial squats and getting lots of reps in, lots of air squats, just squatting movements in general, and I'm getting a ton of that, but it's all very light. It's body weight, or it's 25% of my 1 rep max or something. It's very, very lightweight for high reps. The whole point of this is to move that joint and to get the synovial fluid moving, to break up the arthritis, to get things moving, to try to break apart the scar tissue. And so, if I say I squat every day, this isn't like I'm squatting 315 or 335 for singles every single day. This is more like I'm doing a shit ton of, 65 pounds, 95 pounds, sets of 10, stuff like that, or, even just picking up like a kettlebell. Kettlebells are useless, but, I'm picking up a kettlebell and doing goblet squats for sets of 50, right? The point here is to get as much motion and movement through the joint. The point isn't like, I'm trying to build the biggest legs ever, I'm gonna be the next Tom Platz. That's not the goal here. I don't care if I don't gain any muscle at all. I don't care if I don't gain any strength from all this. The whole point of it was to break up all the scar tissue and get the joint moving, which I have to say at this point, as much as I hate doing this, because there's nothing more, like, it is so boring doing 300 air squats. Like, that is a boring fucking workout. However, my knees don't hurt. And if that's the price is that you got to do some boring stuff to get out of pain, man, I tell you what, it's better than anything else I've ever done. I've had cortisone shots in my knees. I've had all kinds of stuff done. Nothing ever gets it completely pain-free. And right now I'm walking around with pain-free knees. This isn't knees over toes. I'm not doing, this ATG split squat. I'm not doing sissy squats. I'm not doing all that. I am literally just moving, even through a quarter squat, and just getting a whole bunch of repetitions in, leg extensions, isometrics, whatever. I am just moving my knees as much as I can, even at really light loads, and I am noticing a massive decrease in pain. So for whatever that's worth, think about it. Daily squatting, do you need to do 300? Maybe you only need to do 100. But the point being, the more movement I get in the joint, the less pain I feel. And so, am I daily squatting like I'm maxing out daily? Hell no. No. But I am doing a ton of repetitions, which, as far as I can tell, is doing something positive because I have a lot less pain. So I hope this is helpful. I hope that this maybe gives you some ideas. I'm telling you, don't match me, don't copy me, don't just like, oh, I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Hey, maybe you only need to do 50 squats a day. Maybe you only need to do 100. You don't need to do hundreds of reps. If 50 gets you out of pain, do 50. Like, I wouldn't be doing 300 air squats if I could get out of pain just doing 50. My knees still hurt at 50. So you have to do more. And the more I do, the less I have pain. I certainly hope that this doesn't turn into 500 air squats a day, but the point being, do enough repetitions that you're getting the joint moving again. Because I'm sure plenty of you guys out there have arthritis, you have stiffness in a joint. The more you move it, like, it's gonna feel better. It's gonna feel so much better. This is just, so far, like I said, this is an experiment, but right now it's working really well.